Donald Trump plans on declaring a national emergency over our national elections in November. Absolutely appalling. And he's blaming China from 2020 for being able to declare this national emergency. And of course, that's why we saw Tulsi Gabbard in Georgia when they raided the Georgia election office based on debunked claims. It's absolute garbage. But what is in this order, because we're seeing a draft right now, is absolutely terrifying. First of all the SAVE Act stuff, it's there. You have to be someone that is a U.S. citizen that has to be able to prove your citizenship. And like I said in any of the videos before, for women in this country, this is going to disenfranchise them, right in line with what Project 2025 wants. They want household voting. That's a code word for we want one man in a house to vote on behalf of everyone else. We don't want women to have a voice. They also see a problem with youth voters. That is going to severely undercut youth voters. This is the scary part, though. The Department of Homeland Security shall provide access via electronic download and application programming interface to the United States Citizens and Immigration Services data to the states so that they can confirm citizenship. So now you're going to have mandatory data sharing between states and Homeland Security. How does that make us more safe? It doesn't at all. The United States Postal Service will also have their data tied into this federal election system. So now they're going to have your residency status, your address. You forgot to change your address with the USPS, can't vote. And here is where it gets absolutely scary. You have to register with your county to vote. Most of us have already registered to vote, but according to this draft order, you have to register to vote anew. Quote, voters shall register in person or at a county satellite office anew for the 2026 United States election through their county. Their registration requires a national unique voter number, full legal name, full date of birth, full address, and proof of U.S. citizenship. A federal voter number. It is in direct violation of the United States Constitution. And so when you've heard me talk, and you've heard people say we're not going to have a free and fair election in November, this is what I'm talking about. Mass disenfranchisement of voters. Counties, they're not going to be able to pull this off in time for primaries. Who do you think is going to actually be able to vote in these elections? Who do you think is going to be able to go to their county offices and register anew and stand in line and take time off of work? This is severely going to undercut any working class Americans. It's going to undercut female voters. And it's going to overstate voters that would traditionally vote for Trump. If you are a U.S. citizen or United States uniformed military personnel, that's the only way that you can vote by absentee. You have to be able to prove that. You have to be able to prove that you're living outside of the United States. So what about the disabled folks in our communities that can't actually make it to the polls? What are we going to do about them? Are we going to allow them to vote? This is going to be the most chilling example we have ever had in this country since the Civil War, since the Reconstruction period in our elections. And Donald Trump is just going to do it by executive order. And sure, we're going to scream that it's illegal. We're going to scream that it's unconstitutional. We're going to challenge him in court. But who controls the courts right now? And let's just throw this out there. Let's say Donald Trump says he's not going to comply with the courts. He is the commander-in-chief. He has the military. We've seen, though, that the military hasn't shown a whole lot of excitement about enforcing Donald Trump's illegal acts in our country, so he developed his own little army through DHS. That was training. What we've seen in Minneapolis and throughout our country was training. And we're going to see that pay off for Trump in November. So that's why here's what I'm recommending. If Donald Trump puts this through, first of all, the legal challenges have to start immediately. The calls to our Congress people have to start immediately. We have to make sure that everyone knows it's unacceptable. But number two, we have to jump through every hoop. We have to make sure that we show up in record numbers and vote. We have to make sure that all of our friends, our family, anyone we know, votes. We may have to play his silly little game right now, and he's going to do everything he can to stack the deck against the blue wave that he knows is coming. Record numbers of people disapprove of what he's doing right now. So do you think this November election, which Trump's not on the ballot, but anyone with an R next to their name is a stand-in for Donald Trump? So this is a referendum on Donald Trump. And so whatever happens, whatever order he tries to enforce, we have to fight it through the legal process. We have to fight it through the political process. But then we have to do the hard work and show up and vote. If not, it will spell the end of our country as we know it. So are you going to put in the work? I know I am. Doesn't it seem like our feeds are getting filled with more and more BS right-wing MAGA content? It's no secret that all these top tech bros are in love with the current regime, so it's no surprise that independent left-leaning media is being squashed by the algorithm. If you like our content and content like us, it doesn't take long to click that thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe. So please help us keep the truth alive.